once again. Tori back in the building.
Hello.
Well, you're,
Hello.
you're preparing to do a show. What's up, colleagues? Tori, there's not a lot besides turning your camera on. So you're like, nailed that. Is there a part of you that's like, I'm missing something?
No, I never remember.
Project my voice.
No, I never remember.
Okay. But you did remember to eat on camera,
Sour
practicing for
Patch
your
Kids.
OnlyFans. Well, let me
Sour.
ask you this. Oh, it's Sour Patch?
What's your favorite?
Would you do an OnlyFans if it was not sexual? All they wanted you to do is eat Sour Patch Kids on camera.
Yes.
And describe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's serious.
Yes.
There's no follow-up. Yes, I would.
Yeah,
I'm open for business.
Absolutely, yes. I would think that would give people a lot of pleasure.
Yeah. One or two men in particular. I mean, maybe that's kind of what OnlyFans showed us, is like, you can be a porn star and be mass distributed. Yeah, that's meat and potatoes porn. What you want is boutique porn that's so boutique and so niche, it doesn't involve porn at all.
That's right. It's just eating Sour Patch Kids.
I guarantee you, I think that there's a lot of probably OnlyFans fetish things that involve like cooking or like being messy, like making a cake with your fingers, something. I think mess is a big thing, like, I don't know, like
I agree with you.
spilling stuff. But I wonder like
agree.
where that comes from in
I
terms of
know.
like the sexual part.
Because I bet those people were brought up in really tidy households and a mess was seen as naughty.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Don't you think? Totally.
Yeah.
And by the way, someone said, Julia said about the Sour Patch Kids, as long as you don't suck.
What? Okay, Lo, let me ask you and Julia this, because I had a discussion with some randos in the lobby of the Best Western I was staying at when I was performing in Seattle. I went down. Sar was asleep in the room, and I went down to do, since I don't drink, my way to escape to the bar is go to the lobby and buy some candy at 2:30 in the morning. And there were some people coming in from the football game or the baseball game. And the woman was like, because I bought some Skittles, she was like, try the purple and the yellow together. And she said, like, we were not talking. And then she just said that to me. And I told her, I can't tell the difference in the flavors. Can you? I feel like Skittles is all the same flavor.
You can kind of tell at some point. Marcy just gave us $5 maybe to buy more Skittles.
Oh, thank you, Marcy. Marcy is kind of officially your first OnlyFan. Marcy, I bet you didn't see that coming this afternoon, did you, sweetie?
That was so funny, Al. Last night I was going to bed. I was eating them in bed. I'm sorry, I was. And I closed my eyes and tried to like guess what color, and I could get lemon really well. It really has a lemony flavor. But I had never thought of mixing the Skittles. I've never thought of that.
She said it to me, and she was so serious. She was like, no, like, hey, how's your night going? She was with her husband. She was just like, oh, wait, what? Okay. She said but ELC, can you, if blindfolded, if somebody placed a Skittle in your mouth, could you say what flavor that Skittle was? I don't think that I could, unless it was lemon.
Right.
I thought that it was color dye, and I thought it was all the same flavor. But
no, I would get orange. Orange is very clementine to me right now. I can definitely taste that.
All right. Well, I love it. I love the new frames too. You have totally reinvented yourself. You look really great in frames.
Thank you. I don't love I don't love glasses. Glasses love me. Same with hats. I look great in a hat.
Right. You do look good in a hat. It bothers me to say that, but you look good in a hat. You do.
Yeah. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, MD. Also, I want to be honest with the group. I was feeling really old. and really depressed. So I got something called Sculptra, and it's like an injection, and Skin Vive, which injects. So I'm trying to get my skin to look less haggard. So I just wanted to be honest with everyone. It did. It did look haggard. In Vienna, it was bad. It was,
What, did something happen?
I don't know. But even my dad and sister were like, oh God. Oh no. I was like, I know. You know, you get older and it hits you. Oh. Anyway, so I got some Sculptra and Skin Vive, and I'm going back for some micro needling and some PDGF, which is the under thing. And I'm just gonna, it's very little injections here and there. Got some Botox, but I just want to stay fresh looking. It doesn't look too much, does it?
No, and I think there was a period of time where I'd be like, "That's a little much, buddy." But I think, especially now, especially with like the stories we're about to get to, girl, anything that you or any colleague does to make themselves feel better,
Right.
I don't care if you go lay in the sun, get a spray tan, go do yoga, get a massage, do whatever that makes you feel better,
Right.
and yeah, go with that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to be an open book here. So if anyone has any questions, I saved up the money and I went to a really good person that I have a recommendation from. So anyway, wanted to be honest about that.
Okay, can I be honest that if you eat another gummy bear, I'm going to come to your apartment, buzz into the 19 doors that I need to get into. What is it? Effing Severance. And I'm going to snatch them and throw them out the window. Just like that woman snatched that guy's high noon after he spilled his drink on her. Guys, I don't know if it'll be on the Friday show of Daytime Talk. But yes, I had an incident on an airplane with a drunken man. So
that was a great story. It's a great
make
story.
sure to tune in for that. Yeah, it's the whole time, Tori, I was like, is this what I look like when I was, because I definitely got on some flights turned up. And when you're drunk on a flight and everybody else is being an adult because it's 9:11 in the morning and no one else is drinking but you're just like, well, all right.
Yeah, you
Mr.
stand out.
Paper, sorry. It's so
sorry,
weird.
businessman.
You're very defensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I also remember one man distinctly asking me to turn my air cans down. Like they were so loud that it was coming. Yeah. Because when you're drunk, you're still like at the party. Yeah. It's very embarrassing. Man. Yes. Tori, let's get to this. Tori, we got lots going on, so we got to get to it. Of course, let's get the day's daily shooting out of the way. What world is this? What world is this? I saw the story briefly that there was a shooting at a nice detention center. 2 detainees were killed, and I believe another one was wounded. Michael Dean, correct me if that's wrong. But it says that the shooter had inscribed the bullets. What's up with inscribing the bullets? What is this, a Steven Seagal movie? Like, see you later, punk? Like, it's such a weird thing that just like all of a sudden it was just like, now people be like, well, it used to be a manifesto.
Exactly. Now it's on the bullets because we have like only such an attention span.
Yes. People like writing their manifesto and they turn a page and they're like, anyway, the government oppressing me and
blah, blah.
Can you start a sentence with and? Yeah, it's just like all this stuff where, we're gotten to the point where now people are not surprised anymore that people are, yes, they're saying, Julia, that there were anti-ICE, that the shooter that killed themselves, unalived themselves, was anti-ICE, anti-government. But Tori, I found that very strange since they decided to kill or wound, kill and maim the detainees of said government that they are in opposition to.
Yes, I think this monster was shooting randomly, sort of just like shooting. And by the way, Julia, I wanted to speak up on what you're saying. There are conspiracy theories that the bullets phrases are coming up so fast on the internet that they're like, is that what the bullet said? And some people are saying that this new bullet thing lets you believe, you can paint the narrative of who the shooter is. and it isn't always the truth. So people can make it up. So I do kind of wonder about this new bullet thing because it's come on quite suddenly. But yeah, I think he was just there to cause
And it's
chaos.
also very digestible to that point, Tori. It
Totally.
just said, "I hate Trump." It's
Right.
like it's very
Right.
like you don't have to think. It's just what was the shooter's race? What was his
Exactly.
political ideology? What were the 3 words on the 3 bullets? And then I can go
Exactly.
get lunch. Yeah,
Right. It's
it's
like a picture, a nice picture. You're totally right.
yeah. And I think
Yeah.
probably the truth and what we all secretly know is anybody that would be driven to even have this thought. If I was having this thought, I would reach out to you. I would reach out to my mom, and I would be like, "Hey, I'm this. We're like taking these people that clearly have incredible mental health disorders to the point that they arm themselves and carry these things out, and we're like, well, what did they mean?
Right.
Like
Right. Right.
we're trying to dissect the thoughts of a person that clearly their thoughts should not be analyzed and also exposed and put out there for other copycat shooters that which are a thing."
Except for the by the way, the Unabomber who went to University of Michigan, go blue. um
Yeah.
They actually printed his manifesto in the New York Times. I remembered the full thing. Because he held them hostage and said, if you don't do this, I'll give another bombing. But also because they wanted people to see if they recognized the words in it. And it actually became the beginning of forensic pathology in terms of forensic linguistics. Because the brother's wife of Ted Kaczynski was like, I know him. He said, I know my brother-in-law has used that phrase before. And because of that,
Really?
they caught him. That's how they caught him. He said
It's
something like, I think it was this. He said, you can't have your cake and eat it too, which is what most people say. But he said it the correct way. You can't eat your cake and have it too. And when they post that, the woman said, oh my gosh, that's what my brother-in-law says it just like that. And this seems like him. And they caught Ted Kaczynski.
Well, he was the most famous killer that is also in another group of people that people dislike, which is people that correct your English. It's Tori and I.
It's fewer,
Yeah,
not less than, fewer.
that's so interesting. It just you saying that they published the entire thing in the New York Times. You know what I took away from you saying that, Tori? Was
Hmm,
man, there was a period of time where people would read all of that.
I know.
And it seems like
I know.
if people would, right, you know what it would be now is they would have the manifesto like where you are on the screen, they would have that, and somebody or AI would be reading it.
Hmm.
And now thing on the YouTube where the person whose channel it is, if it's the Al Jackson channel, I don't say anything. I just look at the manifesto like,
Oh, and someone else, an AI says it?
yeah.
Wow.
And it's just like people's static image looking at like what the manifesto posted. The people's pages don't even speak anymore. It's such a weird thing. Well, they'll show like a clip of Trump stumbling through a press conference and they'll just be like,
Weird. Just
it's
reaction.
yeah, but not even auditory reaction, just
Right,
like,
it's like an
man,
emoji. It's almost like an emoji.
and it's got 300,000 views. I don't understand this world. All right,
No, I
Tori, let's keep it moving. We got to talk about this briefly. All right, Tori. The only reason I'm bringing this story up is because Michael Dean suggested it, and also because it allows us to do what we do best, which is random speculation.
yeah.
Uh, Pete Hegseth has summoned former Fox News weekend host. You imagine you're a general, you've been in hundreds of battles, and there's like the guy that used to do the cooking segment with Rachel Ray on Sundays about Toad in the Holes. He wants us to pull back and head on back. Can you imagine like what it
Toad in the
is?
holes. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
just like Cash Patel is like the head of the FBI, and this guy's like, I took down Waco, and Cash Patel's like, I did a podcast about that. I think aliens were involved, and you're like, this is my effing boss. But Tori, do you have any random speculation as to why they could be pulling back all generals for this big meeting that's supposed to be, I believe, in Quantico, Virginia?
Yeah, so it's very rare. It's very unusual. They're ordering them all senior military officers to come to Virginia for this very quiet meeting. I had two
Sounds
theories.
right if we're talking about it.
It's true. Did someone let the cat out of the bag? But I do think it's either about Ukraine and Russia, or someone said he's planning a big party, a real kegger. So
Well, they'll have the ballroom space to do it. We're getting to that story.
So I think this is either about Ukraine and Russia, because he's having them all around the globe, U.S. generals and admirals, to come in, or it's about Israel and Palestine. I don't know if it is. Again, I am just totally speculating. The one thing I will say about Trump that I've always stood up for him for is that he isn't into war. He doesn't like war. He doesn't like guns. He doesn't enjoy it. He makes fun of his sons for hunting. So he wants to end wars. So I wonder if this is a Putin Ukraine thing, or if he's trying to get the Nobel Peace Prize by figuring something out with Israel. Michael Dean says, I think he's going to insist they do what he says and then threaten them over any leaks. Ooh.
Maybe. But I mean, it seems like no matter how tight a ship that you try and run, there'll always be leaks. Remember, they were putting members of Congress under lie detector tests, like it was Maury, to figure out who was leaking early in this administration. I don't know. I don't know if I have a guess. I think it's Pete Hegseth talking about some kind of war strategy, but it's like at this point you've already tweeted it over. What was it? Signal. His wife was on the chat. His family lawyer was on there. I think the idea of trying to do anything covertly, that ship has passed. I just think you just start putting it on Twitter and hoping people think like, oh, it's just a mistake, and now you're not going to do it, and then you actually do it. That's the only way that you.
Yeah, that's true. It's also a big distraction. And again, this Epstein thing, he's just trying to make big distractions. So what's a bigger distraction than the biggest generals and admirals all combining to get to Quantico? What are they talking about? What are they doing? It could just easily be a distraction. But I think it has to do with settling a war and Putin. I don't know. It's something to me sounds like this is him trying to get the Nobel Peace Prize in the end. There's always a gain in the end here. And it's like, this is the only reason I think that he would be doing this. So I don't know.
All right, Tori, let's get to this. All right, Tori, we are talking about Jimmy Kimmel and his rating. Yes, big ratings bounce back. It was said that he had at one point over 6 million viewers, which is a big rating jump, which is huge ratings for anybody in late night. One, do you think this will continue, or do you think that was a one-night thing?
I think it'll continue for a while, but I don't think it'll stay that high. Again, you always say it, Al, when you tell people you can't see something. Now I want to see it. You know what I mean? So yeah, Michael Dean saying 6.26 million viewers. Fantastic for Jimmy Kimmel, fantastic for freedom of speech. And it shows you the power of the viewer, the power of the consumer. I talk about this a lot. Remember, we got Kimmel back on the air due to the boycotts. That was it. Like, that's all people had to do. And we, the people, spoke up enough to get him back. So they lost enough money to get him back. So I'm really excited to have him back and have that voice be there. I know that Nexstar and certain Sinclair stations still aren't playing it, but they're in talks, I believe, about that. It didn't go on all the markets, which is interesting. What do you think?
Right. I think there, like you said, there will be a bounce back, and I think everything returns back to the mean. Everything returns back to what it was. I think that there's just a finite amount of late night viewers, but I think the people that watch late night, just like there's a finite amount of daytime viewers.
Yeah.
The people that watch daytime TV, watch DBL, it increased, but there's a lot because there's just like certain people that are asleep, and there's going to be certain people that are at work, and they'll never see it unless they're at the dentist one day. And so, like, it's very difficult to, really, truly increase your viewership. And the only way that you can do that is by telling somebody that they can't see it. So I'm very curious to see if Kimmel can sustain this and how much antagonization he'll use. Because, Jimmy Kimmel is an entertainer like anybody else. He's got to keep eyes on the screen as well. So does he need to continue to go after Trump? I haven't heard anybody mention Colbert lately. People were saying, I'm going to watch Colbert every day till he goes off the air. I haven't really heard much, because I think if Colbert wasn't already in your viewing universe, I don't know how much that would change now that you hear that he's going away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I also I hope Colbert takes the opportunity to really go after. You know what I mean? You're going off the air anyway, like balls to the wall,
yeah, I think he will, but it's a difficult thing with comedy, and it's something that I constantly remind myself of when I am on stage,
Yeah.
because the thing that I've always said is the problem with right-wing comedy is they give the game away. They tell
Yeah.
you what side they're coming from. And once you give the prestige, what the joke should be, every joke, as you're sitting there as an audience member, is you set the joke up one way, like, oh, Al must hate Amazon. But then at the end of the joke, I either reveal, yes, you were right, and here's why, maybe a reason you didn't see coming, or nope, you were totally wrong, and there was a prestige at the end of that. When I start off saying, the rabbit is in the hat, it's in the hat.
Right.
The audience is like, got it, bro. No matter
Yeah.
how elaborate your trick is, they know where you're coming from.
Right.
And we know where right-wing comedians like Gutfeld are coming from. I don't even know if he classifies himself as a comedian, a right-wing humorist, and that applies to people that are anti-Trump. If I know that you're anti-Trump, it's just going to give the joke away, and it also narrows your vision of where you can make jokes. And I think John Oliver does a really good job of, even when he's going after Trump, he will take shots at the other side, and he keeps people on their feet too. And I think that's important. And I think he kind of is able to strike that balance a little bit easier. I think Colbert and Kimmel's disdain for Trump and Trump's disdain for them is so pervasive that it's impossible to mask it.
I think so too, but I just also think there's a tradition of late night that goes back from, I don't know, Letterman even, of taking down whoever's in charge. I mean, that's just sort of whoever's in the authority position, you take down. That's sort of SNL's done it. That's what late night comedy is about. It happens to be that this is a big showdown because they reacted and responded. But I think that's a cornerstone of late night. It's a commentary on it, and it's smartly used. It's with humor, and so I'm glad that that's back.
All right, Tori. You know what else I'm glad is back? I missed it. Oh, that's right, colleagues. Wanted to remind you guys to keep it moving. That's right. Everybody needs to keep it moving with Spider Moving and Storage. They are friends of the show since almost literally day one. They've held us down. Tori, let's get that phone number. I like the way your voice sounds.
303-544-4000.
All right. You sounded a little bit like a fembot, but I like that. It's the way to go. And Tori,
all the Vlads.
I wanted to do, shout out to the Vlads. For real. Shout out to the Vlads. Got love for you guys. Wait, are those somebody said, are those the Vlads? Christina S. They absolutely are the Vlads. I actually, Tori, is sad because, baseball season here in Colorado ended. And I think Vlad and I hit 3 games together. So you got to go to a game with us next year.
He's great. I had Vlad and Vlad with me too, 2 Vlads, and they were so nice.
Yes. So shout out to the Vlads. Make sure if you have anything in the Denver area or outside that you need moved, give the boys from Spider a call and tell them that the Friends from Work show sent you. Tori, I wanted you to do this story for keeping it moving, and that is Jesse Waters of Fox. He went ahead and said that after Trump suffered the indignity of an elevator not working and a teleprompter not working, he came up with a solution not to fix those things, even though they were Trump's people's fault, his team's fault, those things happen, but instead to just bomb the UN. I feel uncomfortable saying that on YouTube, but Jesse Waters didn't feel uncomfortable saying it on television. Is this more of what I've been saying, Tori, where we're playing with two different rule books? Because if Kimmel got kicked off for erroneously stating some opaque facts, why are other people on much larger networks? Fox is by far and away a much more viewed network. Why are they allowed to just say wild stuff? And Michael Dean says he has the clips. Let's take a look first, Tori.
And then they sabotage the teleprompter.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an insurrection. And what we need to do is either leave the UN or we need to bomb it. It is in New York, though, right?
Yeah,
Could be some fallout there.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe gas it?
No.
Let's not do
Don't
that.
gas it. Okay. But we need to destroy it.
Thoughts? After you're done chewing.
No, I was just thinking, you heard the woman saying, he's kidding, he's kidding. He didn't seem like he was kidding.
Somebody suggested that we murder homeless people last week.
Right.
And no one said he's kidding. So they have learned.
Yeah. I also just want to say, if you guys saw the UN speech by Trump, I have never been more embarrassed to be having our leader. What he said was, America is great. We're doing well. The rest of your countries are going to hell, to the entire UN assembly.
I couldn't believe he said that.
I couldn't believe he said that. And he said, you guys are wrong on this. You're wrong on immigration. You're wrong on, America's where it's at. And you all are going to hell in a handbasket. And there was questions then about us leaving the UN. And I
wonder why.
I know. And then the British newspaper came out and called him deranged. And if you look there's pictures of people just being like this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's insulting. He's a man baby. I think that was on the cover of the British newspaper as well. It's so embarrassing in front of the world that we come across like this. And then the escalator doesn't work. And he makes the whole thing about the freaking escalator and the prompter. And they're like, who did this needs to be, it needs to be investigated. We need to prosecute. Like, yeah, for God's sakes, take the stairs. Like, I thought
it's like
the whole thing was embarrassing.
Yeah. The escalator is temporarily stairs. Just like Mitch Hedberg said.
Yeah. I mean, sorry for the convenience.
Yes. It speaks to a bigger point about how a lot of people that are with the Trump base, I'm not talking about that just voted for Trump, but like truly adhere to his ideology, how they approach life. Well, you see it in the YouTube clips with the Karens that flip out because somebody's grocery cart is in front of their parked car in the parking lot, and everybody's like, yeah, that deranged.
Yeah, deranged. That's world's most powerful man baby. Trump rants to UN about, I mean, and the escalators, the marble floors, the that's embarrassing. I mean, that's really, truly, we're really looked at as idiots for electing this man.
Yes, and I think Tori, you brought up something that people don't talk about a lot. Everybody goes Trump. Oh, he embarrassed us. But the rest of the world is like, well, who elected him?
Exactly.
Shit, you guys did. And so, if you're a company, let's say, Tori, you actually look like you work for a Swedish company called Intertel, and you do consulting for Wi-Fi networks. Would you want to come to a country in which the president openly bullies companies into either basically paying a bribery or he's not going to allow certain mergers to happen? A country in which laws like like what Nexstar and them are potentially trying to overturn, which is like, only 39% of households being able to be accessed by one carrier, and now it's going to be 80%. If laws don't exist, if the president is a tyrant and a bully and at least appears to be somebody that's open to take bribes to have things done, are you going to want to do business in this country?
No, I mean, it's like we're nuclear. We are glowing with embarrassment. I mean, it's going to take a while for the reputation to come back. I mean, that's
Right.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
even when Trump will be gone one day, let's say in a perfect world we have a Democratic president after Trump. All these businesses, your company at what is it called?
Intertech.
Intertel will still be like, last I checked, those 77 millions that voted for Trump are still there.
Right.
They will always be looked at as volatile
Yeah.
because it's been proven that not only did we elect this man once, we waited 4 more years and was like, you know what? I didn't get enough of that sauce. I hit me on this side, Ike. You know, it's just like it's it's a reflection on all of us, and it is going to affect our business. It is going to affect how we're viewed in terms of people coming over here for tourism
And for strength. And for strength.
Absolutely. That's why he was acting up like that at the UN. I told Michael Dean yesterday, I was like, because his friends aren't there. His friends are Putin. His friends are people he looks up to, like
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His friends are not at that party.
Yeah.
And because of that, he was like, well, I'm going to act like a jerk. He would have never done that in Russia. He would have never done it anywhere else.
And it's so disrespectful. I mean, it is so disrespectful to the rest of the countries. And think about if he wants to have a treaty. You've just insulted the rest of the people to have a treaty with. I mean, who's going to be on our side when you need people on your side? You need allies, and all you do is insult them over and over and over again. It's like, I just don't get it. I just can't. The damage control is overwhelming that we need to do to clean this up.
Right. Yeah. I just, I don't know what we're going to do. And before we move on, don't forget that a lot of his trouble started with him allegedly, you know, withholding supplies to Ukraine unless they did some investigation on Biden. So when you, at a time when you need your ally the most, the U.S., they're like, yeah, we'll help you out, but can you do us a favor too?
Right.
Scratch
it's
our
quid pro quo instead of right. That's disgusting.
Absolutely. All right, Toro, I'm going to use this one because this is we're just getting all fancy right now. All right, Tori, I'm going to read this to make sure I nail it. All right. Trump's got a new White House ballroom plan. Great. The country is dissolving in real time, but you know what? We got put on your dancing shoes, homie. We're going to okay, new renderings show a 90,000 square foot ballroom rising in the South Lawn. 90,000 foot square ballroom. Look at that. Look at that.
What the world?
It's bigger than the actual White House. And it has a, I guess the question is, do we need a mega ballroom for 650 guests?
I'm going to be a little bit shocking here.
Not big enough?
It needs to be bigger. I actually have visited the White House quite a lot because it's in my city, and I know parents that have you can go in because they work there and stuff like that. We do need an upgrade to the staterooms, and we do need modernization. And a lot of other countries, when they have a state dinner or something, it will be of opulence. And I don't hate the idea of redesigning it, but it's such Trump. The gold, the opulence, the overtaking it. I don't hate that we did this, but it's just so overdone. I mean, we could have done this with half the space. So I don't know. In my mind, I'm glad that we are including an upgrade to our state dinners because the White House needs some updating, to be super honest. But this is going to cost $1 gazillion. Now, I believe it's from individual and corporate donations, if I'm right. But yeah, bigger than the White House shows you the importance he thinks of where this gold social image should be. You know what I mean? So he's ripping out the Jackie Kennedy planted that beautiful rose garden. He's ripped those out and paved through, and then he's ripped out trees that have been there for years. But it shows you what he thinks and deems most important is the image.
It's the image, and we're looking at that. Well, that was going to be my point. Thank you, Michael Dean, for putting it up there. Michael Dean says Google RJ Reynolds, Booz Allen Hamilton, and Lockheed Martin, Palantir, and next air those two of those last three are some humdingers. Palantir and Next Era Energy have donated. Michael Dean, I think you should put donated in quotes. Tori, do you think that that's a bad look that people are helping to pay? Because like they're not doing that because they're bored. They're doing that because they're going to want to curry favor.
Yeah, it's like kind of a weird bribe. I mean, it's kind of just a favor on favor. Everything with him is quid pro quo. You give me this, I'll give you access to that. So yeah, these companies want something in return to that, less regulation or something like that. So, it's just, again, I don't hate the idea of updating the White House, but do it respectfully with the history involved, and don't make it bigger than the actual White House. I mean, the White House itself isn't huge, but I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's so ostentatious. It's so gold toilet. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's just the kind of gold that like a Coke dealer would have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not like classy. When you just
right.
Like if I came to your house, or like I remember my grandparents' house, it just looked classy. Like Trump's got the kind of gold where you're like, where's your pet tiger?
Yeah. Right.
You definitely have a pool with piranhas in it and a white Testarossa in the back. Like it's
and like mirrored tables in the bathroom.
Yeah. What are these for? It's in case you drop something.
Yeah, I mean, it's not in the style of the Federalist style of the White House. It's just going to be a Trump style. So, the next president can maybe make it into a animal sanctuary, or they could do something else with it. But someone said it looks like it's going
to be a UFC fight at the White House, correct?
On the South Lawn, they're doing a UFC fight.
Bare knuckle fighting at the White House. Do you know where the weigh-in is going to be?
Where?
At the Lincoln Memorial. The UFC weigh-in is going to be at the Lincoln Memorial. And then the fist fight is going to be on the same site as where... No, I am not, Michael Dean. Michael Dean, I am not. Michael Dean, I am not joking.
The weigh-in is at the Lincoln? It's at the Lincoln?
Yes. Men with their shirts off are going to be nose to nose, telling the one another that they're going to kick the shit out of the other one tomorrow night.
He stands for unity, and they're bringing up like the Civil War. Oh my God, poor Abe. Poor Abe.
The fist fight, Tori, is going to be probably near the same place where the Tesla Toyota-thon was not too long ago. At this point, just build the ballroom, have a DJ stand. We'll just have Lil Jon yelling, "Let's go!" on the. It's just taking anything that this country held dear, anything that meant something more than just like the individual. No matter how you feel about this country overall, there were some things that we had that were symbols of maybe even what we could be and what we aspire to be. And it's just like those symbols are constantly being desecrated, just like this symbol. Let's try this one. Not really fashion, but the world of art. Trump did a little interior decorating. Tour. Yeah, big things. He didn't like, I guess, the Biden picture, the last president. So he swapped it out. Michael Dean, do you have that picture for us? I'm hoping you do and hoping you don't all at the same time.
Yeah. There's a wall of pictures of all the past presidents. This is on the presidential wall outside on the White House, and they've replaced Joe Biden's portrait with a Autopen.
Look at that. First of all, the picture of Trump, he looks like Vigo the Carpathian. Do you remember the bad guy in Ghostbusters 2, the painting?
Totally.
With that frame that you can only get in the back of a Marshall's, where it's like Marshall's Home Goods, where it's like candles, and then those frames, and then some underwears that have been clearly opened and then restuffed in. This is, Tori, this is like so It's a troll move.
Yeah, and I wonder, Al, my question for you is this a response to the Gavin Newsom thing, where Gavin Newsom's team has really trolled Trump in a really productive way? I mean, they've really gotten to him. And I wonder if this is their take at a troll and trying to be like Gavin Newsom, or if this is just Trump the troll, which he always has been on social media anyway.
I think Brandon just ended the conversation. He said it perfectly. He's like, we elected a Twitter troll, and that's what we got. Trump, don't forget, got famous on Twitter. Before the insurrection on January 6th, when he was kicked off of Twitter, that's a million years ago.
I know.
That, Trump really rose to fame because his tweets was how he contacted people. And I think his tweets, the way they were weirdly worded and capitalized, like kind of indoctrinated a lot of people in the way he spoke and the way he thought. And remember, like,
it was a style.
Yeah, remember Convivi, the weird word he tweeted in the middle of the night that night? There are like so many things he's done that I don't know. I think at the end of all this, if we still do have a country, I would read a book that was just called Everything, period. And everybody would know what that I'm talking about. Like right now, Tori, just think of like, what's a random Trump memory that
his
like
hurricane
you have?
pen. The hurricane pen.
Yes. And he just like because the National Weather Association was like, it's headed into the Gulf. And he was like, no, that doesn't work for me. And he took the Sharpie and that's what I want right now. I want colleagues. You guys give us your random Trump memory. You know what? Just the first thing that comes to my head is him throwing
the paper towel.
Remember that?
Hurricane Maria, and it was Puerto Ricans, and he was throwing them at like that they're gonna clean up. It was insulting, it was degrading, it was humiliating.
Tori, do you remember the Four Seasons? The Four Seasons lawn care when him and Giuliani thought that they were planning a speaking event at the lawn care. And I mean, at the Four Seasons New York, and they did it at a lawn care that was next to an adult bookstore.
Porn store. Yeah. I still have a Four Seasons landscaping shirt. Oh, they always hold an anniversary.
There's just so I remember Rudy's hair dye. Remember he farted in court that time?
Yeah, that was bad.
It was we could go on forever.
Holding the Bible upside down, remember, outside of St. John's?
Oh, yeah.
That was so strange. So strange.
I think that's been the overarching theme of all of this is that people that are anti-Trump, we can't get our footing because, is that Four Seasons? Look at that.
Yeah.
Like, I just wonder, like, how is that not disqualifying?
I know.
Just that right there. Like, how do you even show your face? I would be so embarrassed, but they're not. They're just like, yeah, what's up? This is what we've meant to do. Shut up. It's just there. We could go on forever. Speaking about going on forever, Tori, we got some news. I don't know if this would be. We need a stinger that just says nerd stuff. All right, Tori, this is for you because you're a dictionary kind of gal, right?
I sure am.
Okay, that's what it says on your Tinder profile. Dictionary kind of gal. No matches so far.
None.
All right, so
I'm
Tori,
like, is this working?
Yeah, there are 5,000 new words in the Merriam-Webster Collegiate Dictionary. Never forget that I called it Colligate. And I hung the phone up because I was so embarrassed because as I should have been. I was going to college, by the way. I know how to say collegiate.
The Colgate?
I'm a collegiate man. Show some respect.
I'm a collegiate gentleman.
She's like, do you mean collegiate? Click. All right. So Michael Dean, are you on? Because I want you to quiz us with some of these words and quiz the colleagues.
Yeah, give me just 2 seconds. I thought I had it pulled up, but I apparently was wrong. or I closed it.
Okay.
Well, there are a few that like everybody knows.
I'm sorry, Michael. Tori's annoying me. She's looking down like she's playing Miss Pac-Man on a Game Boy.
I'm coloring.
Okay. That is terrifying, sad. Oh, that was actually good. You didn't show the whole thing.
Everyone has
Hold it up so we can see it.
Okay.
Put the mic down and hold it with two hands. So, is there a woman on there?
No, I think it's going to be a bird.
You haven't even started it and you're doing it during the pod?
Yeah.
We have like 14 minutes left. You can be
I
4
like
years old
coloring.
for the rest of the weekend.
Coloring's great to do while you're working.
It's not. All right. So Michael Dean is going to hit us with it. Tori, what is one word that you're pretty sure is in these new 5,000 words?
Skibbity dibbity? Is that what's that one? Skibbity.
Skibbity. I think that's
cap.
still too
Is
slang.
cap in it?
It very well may be, to be honest with you. There's 5,000 of them, and they didn't really release the whole list. So I'm guessing right.
Michael Dean, you know what I bet is in there is Riz.
Yeah, there definitely is Riz. Yes. Riz, dad bod, hard pass, adulting, cancel culture, teraflop, side eye, cold brew, farm to table, all of that. There is one of my favorite words that they've added, petrichor. Do you guys
Say
know
it
that?
again?
Petrichor.
Petrichor?
Yeah, do you want me to spell it for you?
Petra?
Petrichor. Petrichor.
Okay, I think it has something to do with Egyptian followers.
I'm going to say petrichor is the lifestyle of following scary movies.
So it is meant, it is the smell of weather.
That's Julia wrote it.
Particularly the smell of rain.
Julia, you knew it. That's amazing.
Oh my goodness, Julia,
Girl,
shout out.
That's amazing.
Because that is a thing. When you can smell it, smells like it's
so
going to
good.
rain.
It smells delicious, doesn't it?
It's very, like you go right there. You know exactly what it smells like.
And Gap has a really bad perfume that's supposed to remind you of the rain, and it's not good.
Right. It's one of those things where they keep trying to capture it, but it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's just like there's something about the smell of rain I kind of like a good afternoon rain because I feel like it cleanses. It just cleans the ground. I'm a big fan of rain, like a huge fan of rain.
Yeah.
So,
you don't think we would know?
There's a couple other like slang ones that I found. Some of them aren't just words, but phrases. Almond mom.
Yeah, I keep hearing that. I think this is like, are you a health food person? Or you're someone that is like not helicopter. You're kind of like let them be whatever they want to be.
No, this is
like
a mother who. Say that again, Al.
Like a hippie mom, like Tori's saying.
This is a mother who pushes her daughter to be skinny through diet.
Oh, those are the worst.
Yeah.
Can you imagine getting that kind of pressure? Not just internally, which is enough that has taken a lot of people out. But then your mom being like, "Oh, Tori, really busting out of that skirt."
I can't imagine.
I mean, so gross.
I can't imagine. So that's an almond mom. Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay,
wow.
Let's see.
Michael,
go
ahead.
Bloatware.
Is this when you're on your period and you want to wear something comfy?
No. Al?
That's what I would think, like sweats.
This is unwanted pre-installed computer software.
Oh.
Bloatware. Like software.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now this one is pretty good, and Al, we've discussed this, but I don't know if Tori has.
All right, I'm kidding.
Blue pilled.
Oh, is this a Matrix thing? Yeah,
yes.
You want to take the red pill or the blue pill. I gotta be honest, I don't remember which one Neo takes.
So this is a right-wing insult for being delusional and woke, willfully ignorant of the supposed truth. So you took the blue pill You've been blue pilled means that you swallowed the
rhetoric.
The rhetoric. You haven't been freed by like the red pill people.
Wow.
You know what? If you could sum up human history, everybody that's ever lived, everybody falls into one or two groups, and they're in the group where they think they know everything and everybody else has no clue. No matter if it has to do with religion or politics or covert operations, they're like, oh, Michael Dean, you don't know. Oh, Tori, you don't know. It's like no one knows. It's just like everybody on the internet just thinks they have like everything all figured out, and we're just all dummies out here. It's like, we're out here paying bills and working. What are you doing, buddy?
I know. Brandon says QAnon thinks they're red pilled. That's so interesting. Liberal color is blue too. Thank you, Black Asian. That's really smart. That's really smart. It's so funny they think being woke means you don't know the truth. That's
so
weird.
You bought into what you're supposed to do is what they're saying.
Yeah. Pretty Brown Mimi says, I thought blue pills were for ED.
I've been light blue pill tonight, honey. Start the bath.
That was really funny. Yeah. Okay. Do you have one more?
Yeah. This might be old, but I still like to say it. Chuggy.
Oh yeah. Something lame. That's chuggy.
Yeah, it's you're making fun of being uncool.
Yeah, it's kind of cringy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I dig it. All right, let's
I'm out of here
because we love you, Michael Dean. All right, let's go to this really quickly because Tori, a new show's coming on, and guess who's definitely got to watch it tonight? Yeah, we're talking Golden Bachelor. You know it. Tori, it starts the way everything should start. It starts probably the way that you enter a party with an apology. I'm sorry. Did you care about your mailbox? Tori, this gentleman that looks like a quarter, it's just like the side of a coin we don't use anymore. Mel Owens is already apologizing for some ageist comments that he made. He himself is 66 years old, if I think I'm correct in that. Tori, do you know what he said?
He said that he didn't want to date anyone over 60, first off. And when women got out of the limo, several of them were like, I'm 67 and I'm going to show you that you're wrong. like woo.
Good way to start a date is by serving your blind age. Let me tell you another thing, homie.
Yeah, right. So yeah. The quote was, if they're 60 and over, I'm cutting them. He graduated from Michigan, go blue, always. He's a football player, and he went on a podcast. Now, I don't know if this is ageist. If you simply say, I have a certain type. Is that ageist to say like? I don't love.
That was going to be my question for you.
Really? Okay.
And my question for the colleagues, because I see this and these. Okay, if this was something that nobody but this man, who I do not know, he's half black.
Yeah.
And his dad played in the Negro Leagues. All right.
Thank you, Black Asian. That's great.
The Negro Baseball League. That's very cool. That's a good little fun fact.
Yeah, that is.
I will say this. It's like, if everybody has a problem with this, the only way that you can have a problem with what he said is if you've never been on a dating site and if you don't fill from 18 to 99.
Right.
If that is not your filter for age, then you are just as guilty as Mr. Owens. Because if his preference was 60 to 99, I don't think there would be as much pushback. And I get where it's coming from. If people that are older and looking for love don't want to feel rejected on the show, that's for people that are older and looking for love. I get
totally.
That. Sucks. Sorry, I'm so inarticulate. That really does suck. But it's in Pretty Brown Mimi says, can't do another dating show. I get you, boo. But it's kind of like, we're just talking about the concept of what he did and what he said. we do live in a world that says speak your truth. And I think speak your truth means that you keep saying the thing that I agree with. But sometimes speak your truth is, Al, I like you. I'm not attracted to black men. I'll be like, thank you for telling me now. I'd rather you do that than tell me 2 years after we're married.
Right.
You know, I'd just be like, oh, great. Like, it's not, what do you want? It's how he feels.
Pretty Brown says he's 60 and he doesn't want to date women that are 60 plus. What does he want? 20 somethings? No, he did say he wants 45 to 60 is what he's looking for. But I can see why this would be bad for the franchise, Al, because it's what you just said. It's supposed to be promoting, dating in your one of that chapter in your life. And for him to sort of be insulting those women isn't a great start. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, it would be like if it was a show called Multicultural Love and he just came out like, no dark-skinned women. All right, let's get started. Like, it's like, what? Like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like maybe he should have whispered to a producer.
And also maybe don't pick someone with these things. Like, pick someone who's genuinely interested in dating someone older. I don't know that this already seems like this guy has a thing against it when you're really trying to promote that whole lifestyle. So Michael Dean says, I feel like this is one of the flaws of the Golden Bachelor. Lots of successful older men want younger arm candy women. Yeah, maybe pick someone that wants an actual relationship that's age appropriate. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it isn't, but I know they haven't picked such good bachelors for Golden Bachelor.
I don't know how many, like,
Gary. Remember Gary?
Yeah, they started poking holes in that story real quick. He was like, I owned a burger joint. They were like, he worked at one when he was 17. He was fired for stealing frozen nuggets. Yeah, it's like, I think maybe, Tori, this is kind of symbolic about what we hear from a lot of our single female friends, successful women that we know.
You and I both. Yes.
Right. There's a lack of eligible men, not that exist, but want a successful woman that's 63.
Exactly.
There's like, I want a younger woman. She's like, I do Pilates twice a day, Buster. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine. Or I bet you want to do a 5K and see who finishes first. There's this weird thing where I think a lot of men are scared to die. And the way that you remind yourself that you still got it, that you are still relevant in this society, that you are still young and thriving and youthful, is to get enough money to financially coerce a younger woman, sometimes much younger, sometimes just like, 20 years younger, into being your arm candy.
Yeah.
And having a successful 64-year-old woman to go with your successful 66-year-old self. He's like, man, my wife got all gray hair. What up with that? And it's like, he would probably have the time of his life with that woman. He could talk sex, love, money, business, politics, travel with that woman.
Yeah, but life experiences,
Right. He wants to get with a 37-year-old that's like, I'm trying to get my shit together. My landlord's an asshole. It's like that. Those are two very different people at different points in their life.
Right.
And I think a lot of guys want to be the savior where she's kind of on his arm looking up like, what should I do, daddy? Mm-hmm. Rather than just having a woman sitting across from you that you don't look at as an adversary, Tori, but as an equal.
Yeah. I wish they maybe do a Golden Bachelorette. I don't know.
I'd like to see one.
So far, it's been Gary and Mel.
No, they did the Golden Bachelorette because that's where the black guy that was on Bachelorette Island or whatever, Love Island.
Oh, was that true? Okay.
Yeah, they did one.
Okay.
And I think if memory serves, those women were a lot more open to the men that were their age and older. Those guys did
exactly.
have and we're like, my daughter's 29. And they were like, cool.
Yeah.
It does seem like we do have those two. Usually you don't have a one-to-one comparison, but we really do. And the women had much less of an issue with it. And I think that's really symbolic of where we are in our culture. All right. Yes. Golden Bachelorette. All right. Before we get out of here, I want to talk about this story really, really quickly because I hate to leave our colleagues. So I'm going to suck as much time as I can. from you guys. That sounded weird. Tori, Starbucks.
Yeah, they're laying off
is-
900 people.
Yes, 900 jobs in a $1 billion overhaul. And Michael Dean has a question here. Are Americans finally ditching the $7 lattes?
Yeah, I mean,
Are you a coffee girl?
yeah, but lately I've been so anxious in my stomach that I haven't been able to enjoy any coffee whatsoever. So I've moved on to tea, and it's really just dirty water. You know what I mean? It's just
Everybody tries to keep getting into tea. There's just some people that are into it, and they're kind of into
Yeah.
it their whole lives. I keep
right.
going. You know what? I have a bunch of lemongrass tea in the house. Where is it? I don't know, but it's unopened. I
Yeah.
just don't want. I don't want it. And you know what I do want? I do want a latte, to answer your question, Michael Dean. And I am the person that you were talking about in this question because I have ditched them. If I get myself and my girl a coffee, grande, mediums, it's $15.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
If I do that 3 times a week, I used to do it like, oh, it's our fun Friday thing. If I do, we can still do that. But if you do that 3 times a week, oh, I'm running late or something, you're up to, you've almost spent $100 in coffee.
That's right.
How much coffee maker cost? 300?
Yeah, that's
For
what Christina
really
S
good
is saying. Christina S is saying, I went back to making coffee at home. I totally
Yes,
agree. For inflation to go up so high, I think it's because you got to cut out these kind of extra mochas that you're always having that. And I think that Howard Schultz and Starbucks is reading the room here and understanding iced coffee is way too expensive, says Brandon, to order daily. Just make my own. And that's what happens when you get the inflation. People will cut out the really unnecessary parts. And that coffee that's $7.50 for like a tall or a grande, it's not in the budget for anybody right now, unless you're like you sniff gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a vague reference to your cocaine years. But this is like it is such a weird thing. Does anybody in the chat remember like when somebody's like, oh, I just brought back coffees for the whole office?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like you'd have 2 carriers.
Yeah,
Hey,
and it'd
who
be
has-
$1.50 for.
now it's haywire. You're exactly right.
Yeah, I think I make coffee at home. So everyone is really understanding. My building has a Starbucks coffee box, and you can you have to bring your own mug, and you can get fresh Starbucks.
Free?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good deal. I'm coming to your place.
I know. And then they have a tea thing, and I tried the tea thing, and I can't. So yeah, I just think that extra stuff like this, although people are buying Labubus like they're raining, like it's so important, but this one just seems like it's not a necessity right now. Tea and honey is bomb. What tea though? What flavor is bomb?
And the thing is that they always taste like sound good. You're like, oh, tiger lily and dragon
Jasmine
fruit.
green, right?
Yeah, and you're like, I like sweet sunshine and sleepy time, and it's just like I'm like, oh, it's water.
It's
All
just
right.
grass water. It's just grass water,
Tori, do you have a fun fact for us?
Yeah, I do actually. Are you guys ready for this?
Well, hold on, we got to get ready. All right, fun fact in it.
So Christina S says it's because Labubus last way longer than a cup of coffee. That's such a good point too. You're totally right. Okay. Here's my fact. The company Nintendo is older than the Coca-Cola company.
Really? That's
Yeah.
good.
So get this. Nintendo was started in Japan in 1889 as a playing card company. And Coca-Cola Company was started in Atlanta, Georgia in 1892, making it years younger than Nintendo. Now, not only this, Nintendo is older than the entire state of Washington, which is now its American headquarters.
Wow, that is a great fun fact. You really
Isn't that
have
strange? 1889.
That's really crazy. Oh,
Yeah,
and
isn't that crazy?
What I think about Nintendo is it reminds you that no one knows. If somebody
Right.
walked into your video game office and was like, you're like, what is it? Is this a first-person shooter? Is this like Halo, Army kind of stuff? And you're like, no, it's 2 brothers from Italy. They're running around in the sewers.
They're
And
plumbers.
it just works. My kids play Super Mario. This
Everybody
random
plays.
game that
Everybody.
I play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
isn't that crazy? And it started with the gaming. I didn't realize with playing cards. And it's only been, I believe, there's only been about 6 presidents. It's a very controlled, family-oriented company. And they haven't had a lot of turnovers, and it's kept within the family of Nintendo. So I think that's so interesting.
Yeah, Nintendo's what you call a stable job in a world of instability. People will
Totally.
always be some Italian plumbers. And with that, colleagues, thank you guys for hanging with us this week. You guys are dope. You guys know I love you. You know Tori and Michael Dean loves you. And do me a favor, jump on our Patreon. Join for free if you want. Maybe Tori could send some of her crayon drawings to people. I wanted to give you a heads up in case you think it's a threat from a stalker. You're like,
it's adult coloring books.
There's a woman coloring George Washington out of the lines. I think we're dead meat. All right, girl. I love you, Michael Dean. I love you. Colleagues, see you soon.